Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was America's greatest woman pilot. Amelia was born in Kansas, 1891. She saw her first airplane when she was 11. She was 25 when she got her pilot's license. In 1932, she was the first person to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia is like me because I want to be a pilot when I grow up.
Pocahontas was a young girl who helped the first English settlers in America. Pocahontas was born in Virginia about in 1595. Her father, Powana, was a powerful Indian chief. Each morning, Pocahontas and the other villagers ran down to the river to say hello to the sun. Pocahontas got very sick and died when she was only 21.
Jackie Robinson was the first black man to play Major League Baseball. Jackie Robinson was born in Georgia in 1919. When Jackie Robinson was in high school, he was a star athlete. When Jackie went to college, he was one of the best athletes in the country. In 1972, Jackie Robinson died. He will always be remembered as the man whose courage and talent changed baseball in America forever.
Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. was a famous baseball player. Jr. played for the Mariners. He started playing as a teen. Jr. almost got his team into the World Series. Jr. almost set new records. He also was compared to people like Babe Ruth. Jr. was a very, very famous baseball player.
Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman is one of my most favorite people in all of Black history. She was called Moses to many people. Harriet was one of the most famous conductors on the Underground Railroad. Harriet married twice. First to John Tubman, a free black, and then to Nelson Davis, an old friend. After I read a book about Harriet by George Sullivan, I realized that she is one of the bravest people I have ever heard about.
Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was one of the most famous pilots in the world. Amelia got her first plane in July 1921. She became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia disappeared over the Pacific Ocean on July 1937. I always wonder what happened to Amelia Earhart.
Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an honest, hard-working, and great president who helped our country. He wanted people to be treated equally. He ended slavery and reunited our country. He helped the North to end slavery. Abraham Lincoln has a big heart.
Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was a brave woman. She got over her fear of swimming. She helped less fortunate people. Eleanor Roosevelt traveled around the country. Eleanor Roosevelt set a good example for the country.
Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull was an honorable and fierce Sioux chief who fought for Indian rights. Sitting Bull was born in March 1830, and his parents named him Slow because he was slow. When he was a baby, his father later named him Sitting Bull because of his bravery in his first bull hunt. Sitting Bull fought for Indian rights by giving speeches and protests until 1890. December 15 is when he died. Sitting Bull was brave and made Indian lives better.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a man of peace. He saved the world. Martin Luther King Jr. loved the world. He did all he could to save it. He was so great. When he was on the bus, he had to stand when he was. Martin Luther King Jr. was a man to his word.
Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross sewed the first American flag. She grew up in a Quaker family. She ran her own sewing business and she worked very hard. She lived in Philadelphia when British captured the city. Betsy Ross was a brave patriot who supported the American troops in the Revolution.
Jackie Robinson was the first black man to play Major League Baseball. Jackie was born in Georgia in 1919. In high school, he was the star athlete in World War II. He joined the Army. He trained troops after playing in the Major Leagues. He played for the Dodgers and was most valuable player. Was the most valuable player. Jackie changed baseball in America forever. He's a good baseball player. And I'm Max. I'm in 2M in second grade. It is 2012. Bye.
Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was an African American woman. She fought for civil rights. One day, Rosa Parks was coming back from work. She was very tired, so she thought she would get on the bus. There were no seats left, and she sat in the white-only section. At the next stop, a white person came in. He noticed that there were no seats left. So he went over to Rosa Parks and said, you are going to have to get up." She would not give up her seat. She then had to go to prison. She was in prison for half an hour. Now everyone can sit wherever they want thanks to Rosa Parks.
Helen Keller. Helen Keller was a hero to deaf and blind people. She was born in 1880 and died in 1968. She went deaf and blind at an early age. She did not know how to communicate. She taught us that deaf or blind can learn. It does not matter that they are different. I love Helen Keller because my mom is deaf in one ear.
The Wright brothers built the first ever made plane. The Wright brothers started building their planes in the garage. The Wright brothers were born in Ohio in 1871. In 1903, Orville and Wilbur built the first airplane. The Wright brothers' dream of building planes came true.
Thomas Alva Edison. Thomas Alva Edison invented the light bulb on October 19, 1879. When Tom was a boy, he sat on goose eggs to see if they would hatch. He also wrote his own newspaper that he sold on the train. Many of his inventions were lost in a fire in his lab. Thomas Edison was an amazing inventor.
Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was a politician and inventor in the 1700s. Benjamin grew up in Boston and had 16 brothers and sisters. When Ben was young, he worked for his brother's printing press. He wanted to work for his newspaper, but his brother wouldn't let him, so he wrote under the made-up name Silence Dogood. When Ben was older, he took electricity from the sky with a metal rod and a kite. Benjamin was the oldest person to sign the new Constitution of America in 1787. Ben was one of the founding fathers of our country. By Vivian 2M.